This is a flatbed plotter. It's a cutting table, and it works like it's like an air hockey table in reverse. So I'll turn
That's
it on.
cool.
You can see. Turn on a vacuum pump.
And it
Sucks
sucks
the material
all the air.
down, and then this carriage runs up and down the table, and then this cutting head goes back and forth across the carriage, so it gives you the XY digital control.
Yeah.
So this is what we use to cut all the pieces out. You know, you can see the shape here is a panel of a sail that we've been working on, and so it takes a couple hours to cut all the pieces out. You change out materials for different applications, different spots in the sail, and then they get stuck together.
Yeah.
And sewn at each machine, of different machines for different applications on the sail. Now, when we build a sail, everything is stuck together. You know, we have this rack here of adhesive tapes, and basically everything is stuck together with a really sticky two-sided tape. You know, in the old days, we used to do a lot of sort of what we call free assembly, where you'd be joining the panels at the sewing machine with no tapes.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes you would have just a little jig, which would get the seam overlap right,
Yeah.
but you would just be sitting there feeding it in. So the sewing machine operator had to be pretty good. Otherwise, you know, not only are you trying to sew straight, but you're trying to join the panels straight. But we don't do that anymore. Everything's done with the tapes, just to,
tape.
you know, one, you get a stronger seam, but two, you get a more accurate construction. But that part of it really hasn't changed very much. I mean, sewing machine technology goes back 100 years. I mean, some of our machines, that machine there is 25 years old.
That's cool.
And, you know, this is a brand new machine we got a couple years ago. It's just a little bit heavier with some digital controls for some specific stitches. But, you know, the concept of how the machine works is 100 years old.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
so that part of it's, you know, dates back to the, you know, turn of the century, and you know, certainly predates windsurfing, the sewing technology. And then of course we go down to the river and test them out,
Test everything out.
test all the sails out, make sure they work, make the changes that we need to. Sometimes we make another generation of the sail, or 2 or 3. And then when we're finished, then we send our pattern to a factory in China that does all our sail production.
Yeah.
And they make them pretty much the same way we do here, it's just on a little bit bigger scale, and you know, different steps broken down for the efficiency of the production. And then we import the finished sails back. That's what you see here. These are all the
finished sails.
finished sails, and then we do distribution to windsurfing shops all around the continent, and some international export too.